welcome back to the Mookie Chilson channel, and you are looking live at another cue card. This is a VR quadruple Lindy dive into the video response pool and much more exclamation point. These are 4 VRs for 4 channels I really enjoy watching, including John P. Collects Cards and his $10,000 challenge, Hodges 1455 and his request to see a hitting pitcher that we admire, Return to Collecting and his call for shoutouts for channels that have under 200 subs, and then Robert, the commenting collector, who wants to see some of the cardboard temptations that we have avoided in our collections. And all of that precedes what is going to happen right in front of you. This is a antique store shoebox find. All these cards came in one little box for one low price of $20. That's what I paid. It was a blast to go through these cards. There's like some fun stuff in there that I hope you will enjoy, including a Should I Grade It Shocker. And that's Shocker with a yellow highlighter, so stick around for that. It was a shocker to me, so maybe it won't be a shocker to you, but you know a lot more than I do. So let's start with John P. Collects Cards and his $10,000 challenge. If you had 10 grand drop into your lap at the National, how would you spend it? And I would spend it on the real original version of this. This is my 2020 Project 2020 card that cost $5. That is standing in for a real 1952 Topps Jackie Robinson. Just one of the most beautiful cards ever produced. And so I will hold my breath until I actually get one, which will probably never happen. So in the meantime, I'll hold on to this. I'll hold on to the dream, and I will keep that dream thanks to John P. Collects Cards and this VR. Hodges 1455, named after Gil Hodges, a channel after my own heart, wants to hear about a hitting pitcher. And I'm going to show you my hitting pitcher, who is a modern day pitcher. And I'm going to ask you if you can tell me who it is. It's one of the people on there. Here's a hint. It's the guy in the batting helmet. And that is former New York Mets ace Jacob deGrom in his Stetson University batting helmet. And this is after he hit his only collegiate home run in his second start for Stetson off of Chris Sale, a total name brand pitcher, a dominating lefty in his own right. Jake is a lefty pitcher in real life, and he hit a bomb off Chris Sale, pitcher on pitcher violence. And so there's my buddy Jake. I just loved watching him pitch for the Mets. I was so disappointed when he left us. I wish him nothing but the best. But here's his Topps Heritage Auto Rookie, which is one of my favorite cards of his. So there you go. Hodges 1455, that's my hitting pitcher. Now return to collecting. Darren has got a great question. Can you show us 3 channels that have under 200 subs that we could recommend? And I'm going to start with a Mets fan showing you a Braves channel. This is The Battery, Carlisle Rude, in his channel. And he does something that is just unparalleled in the hobby. He shows his cards off in the most immaculate way. The way he displays these cards in his videos just knocks my socks off. So these are like his 1958 Topps Braves collection. He has a Hank Aaron run that he displays like this, and all of the sort of grayed out cards are the versions that he needs to fit into his collection. He's got a beautiful rookie. But I was watching his video the other day, and he started showing these 86 Fleer Braves cards. And then he put them all together on one page on his blueprint background, and all of them in their blue jerseys and blue uniforms and blue hats. It just was the most beautiful thing. I never thought I could have my jaw on the floor looking at 86 Fleer cards, let alone Fleer Braves cards. But this display just is killer, and he does this with everything. So The Battery, Carlisle's channel, is one of mine. He is criminally undersubbed in my opinion. The next one is this guy. This is Warren D in CLAE. He's a guy who just started his channel. He's got 8 videos and 101 subscribers. He is one of the most enthusiastic commenters and has translated into his videos his joy and enthusiasm for the sport and for the cards he collects just bounce off the screen. And so I hope everybody goes to subscribe to Warren D's channel. He's really fun to listen to, and I'm glad he started making videos. And then my third is this guy. Let's go back. I'm going to finish with a Mets fan. This is Jason, whose channel is at Baseball Card Collection. He's got, I don't know how many videos, 12 videos, 61 subscribers. He is a Mets fan, which I love. He's got the greatest story of, he's got this great Johnny Vandermeer story that has a Babe Ruth surprise at the end that I'm sort of highlighting here with my cursor, if you can see that you should absolutely watch. It was killer and such a fun story. He's also got a great story of how he's getting his wife to collect cards, which I think is a novel thing. And when he was telling the story, he talked about how he brought his wife to Garfield, New Jersey, in the baseball card show that I go to all the time. So, Jason, I look forward to many more videos. I'm glad you're getting your wife involved. I'm glad you're a Mets fan, and I'm glad to shout you out here to my subscriber base. You'll probably lap me pretty quickly. And so that's my 3 channels for Darren. Return to collecting. Darren also wants to see 2 of our favorite cards. I'm going to show those off right now. No surprise on this one. This is my Larry Doby rookie, which I just love. Beautiful 1949 Bowman, one of my favorite cards. And I'll put a Metsies card in there too. This is my 1968 autograph Tom Seaver, the franchise himself, who basically kick-started baseball in the National League in New York with his presence and leadership on the Mets in the late 60s. So thank you, Darren. I love all of your stuff. I wish I had half the collection that you did. So that's my VR for you. And then the commenting collector, Robert, wants to see Temptation Island. This is parts of your collection, cardboard that you are resisting as part of your temptation. And I'm going to sort of dovetail that into my antique store Shoebox finds. Now, one of the things I picked up in the Shoebox at the antique store is this. This is an insert from a 1991 Sports Collector's Digest price guide. I think that was what it was called. 1971 Topps style cards of Dave Winfield and Don Mattingly. This was pulled out of the magazine, and on the back you have Fisk, Dave Stewart, and Ken Griffey Jr. Look at that beaming smile. I had never seen Ken Griffey Jr. on a 1971 design like this, and that smile is just so large and amazing, and what a killer card. And so I am officially resisting the temptation, Robert, of cutting this out. I'll probably keep this whole and keep it in my collection like that. Another part of the antique store Shoebox finds that is a temptation that I'm resisting are these 2 monsters of the gridiron Coca-Cola cards from 1994. I had never seen this set before. This was in the little shoebox that I bought. One of these was open, and so I'll show you some of the cards in here. You've got Jesse Tuggle, the Tarantula, Big Daddy Dan Wilkinson, Cornelius Bennett as Big Bear. Anyway, these cards are fairly ridiculous. But there's a checklist for you. But pretty cool. Anyway, I have 2 unopened packs of these that I can unequivocally say I will resist the temptation to open these. I'll probably give them to Son of Mookie. And anyway, so that brings us right into the antiques. So that's my Temptation Island response for you, Robert. Great channel with stuff I always love to watch as well. The Antiques Store Shoebox find, $20 for all this stuff. And let's start going through it. And I'll show you the baseball cards. Frank Robinson and Lou, some 75s. There's your MVP cards. It's a Fly 11. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. Just some stars, not really Hall of Famers. Is the Campaneris run. There's a Hall of Famer, Ozzy. Dave Kingman. Tom Terrific. Boo. Eddie Murray. Joe Morgan back in Houston. Reggie. Anyway, there's a newer Roberto Mattingly. Anyway, you get the idea. I'd never seen these before. David Wright, my guy on the Metsies. Maddox. We got a little run of 87 Donruss. Nice cards in here. Greg Maddox. Bo Jackson, all the rated rookies. A couple Nolans. And then we got this Big Show. Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann. Piazza. Clemens. There's a Griffey. Bonds. There's a Donruss. Thomas. Anyway, some cool 90s stuff. Stuff that I never collected. I had stopped collecting before that 90s stuff came out. This little box is full of 1982 Fleer stamps. I asked the guy, I'm like, what are those? And he said, they're 1982 Fleer stamps. And so this one was appealing to me because there's Dave Winfield and Reggie Jackson. So this is 1982. My grandmother, my mom's mom, Nanny, we used to call her, loved Dave Winfield and Reggie Jackson on the Yankees. She was a big Yankees fan. We've got some Greg Nettles action there. And more Greg Nettles. So I have doubles. And Greg Midlife Sports Cards may get one of those. Who is that? I don't even know. That's Ron Davis. That is, they don't tell you who they are. Who is that? I don't know. Dave Winfield, Goose. Lots of Goose. I think that's Willie Randolph. There's the Gator, Ron Guidry. Just lots of, I don't know why this person had so many of these. I think that's Rick Cerrone and Greg Nettles. And there were a bunch of those. Tommy John, I believe. There's Rick Cerrone. I don't know who that is. Somebody in Red Sox. And then some more Reggies. So anyway, I've never seen those before. So now I have them. So there's that. And then there's the non-baseball stuff here. You got a 1990 Skybox, 89 hoops, Olympic cards, just a stack of Olympic cards. Larry, Malone, Pippen, David Robinson. There's a Sean Bradley card. I think that's Anthony Hardaway's rookie. And then 2 second years. And then here we have, these are Gino's Pizza Rolls, Denver Broncos, Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders Gold Label Tops, Pro Set Rookie of the Year, Don Majkowski, the Magic Man. You remember Don Majkowski? This was a pre-Brett Favre sensation in Green Bay. Paul Krause, Paul War fills the Paul section. Otis Anderson, who would go on to come to the Giants and become a Super Bowl champion. Let me go back to basketball. There's Shaq. I think that's a rookie. And we got some Marvel superheroes. So somebody was compiling this. This was a curated shoebox. Got some cool stuff in here. Eric Lindros, there's hockey cards. I think that's a rookie. Pavel Bure, top vote getter. And then this card. And when I started going through all these cards, I said, why is this hockey checklist in this grouping of cards? I mean, all these cards were like sort of, stars. There was, Griffey's and Bonds and Shaq and like Spider-Man. So why was this? So I looked up this hockey card. This hockey card goes for real money in high grade. And it's a really nice looking card. It's like very, very well cared for. This is a 1971-72 Topps hockey checklist, number 111. And if you get it graded and it turns out into something nice, they go for, over $100. And they go for like, 40 or 50 raw. So this little card, a hockey checklist, I guess they were mostly used back in the day. And so you don't find them in pristine shape like this one is. So I may get this graded and try and sell it because, some of this I want to keep. Some of this I don't really care about. And I certainly don't really care about a hockey checklist. So if I can turn that into something else, maybe I can get on my way. John P. collects cards to get that Jackie and get that $10,000. Anyway, so that's it. That's the should I grade it shocker. We'll put this up there. And that's the end of today's episode. I hope you stuck with me. If you didn't, I understand. This was long and winding and lots of stuff. You don't have to watch it all. You just have to do your best. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.